I create this pain and pleasure, right?
Yeah.
Like I hang out with guys with more money than me. It's
Yep.
hard. It keeps getting harder and harder to find these guys. But I hang out with them, right? You know, I was with Cardone not long ago. And, you know, he's telling me a story about one time he was on one of his jets. All right. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. It's time to step up. I say, but you know, instead of getting jealous, I was like, oh man, all right, that's what I need to hit for. Right. And also,
so ultimately, just highlighting the where you're at.
Yeah. I mean, that experience did both things for me, right? Because, you know, I was at his headquarters, big organization, Rolls Royce in front, you know, he's telling me stories about how he's on his jet and he's doing a conference. I'm like, okay, it kind of like, okay, I'm not at the mountaintop. Yeah. Right. Okay. How do I get further? How do I keep going? You know? Yeah. And I think that's good. Yeah. I think that's super, super good. So I manipulate myself to go after something positive. Yeah. You know? And that's asking it always with the right questions. I talk about being interested instead of being interesting. Yeah. Right. It's where, because I see this in my sales guys too. I'm sure you've seen it in yours where like, they're like, okay, questions, be interested. Got it. And they like do a good job. And then like they see the prospect starting to shift and they're like, oh, I got this bitch in the bag. And then they start telling and ruin the whole fucking thing. Yeah. Selling is not telling. That's correct. I have a software. We record our sales calls and I can see the percentage of how much my sales guys talk versus the other person. Yep. And man, I'm looking for 80-20, like 80%. That's the prospect talking